Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain for You. Today's topic is going to be too good to be true. So take a couple of breaths. Gonna get some nice clean fresh air. Breathe into nature. Exhale indoors. As you can see, the snow's all melted. Guess it's warmed up a little bit into the 40s. Breathe in the confidence. Exhale the doubt. Breathe in the bravery. Exhale the fear. So, is this TMS stuff, is this recovery concept, is this all too good to be true? You know, for a lot of years, I kind of thought that was the case. I'd have some success for a limited time, and then all of a sudden, you know, my pain would come back, my back pain and, you know, the nerve pain down my leg that the doctors have named sciatica. And I would go up and down for a while, but for the most part, it stayed constant for 13 years. Sometimes right side, sometimes left, sometimes both, sometimes major flares, other times just mild annoyance. But for the most part, chronic pain. And you know, reading about Dr. Sarno and all of his theories and everything, I knew that that's what was going on. I had connected the dots enough and didn't really have any reason to doubt that, but couldn't figure it out, couldn't crack the code. Think psychologically, talk to your brain. I did that for over a decade. Must have been doing it wrong, right? How many of you have felt that way? I'm doing it wrong, it's not working. I've been at this for 6 weeks, 6 months, 6 years, and it's still not working. Oh my God. You know, the reaction to it not working may be part of why it's not working. You know that. My biggest message is relax. You're not broken. Not physically, not mentally, not emotionally. Best thing you can do is calm down. And when you calm down in your behavior and in your thinking, by default, the nervous system is going to kind of calm down itself. Fight or flight response is designed for survival. But many of us have been in fight or flight for much of our lives, or at least consistently jumping in and out of it, in and out of that fight or flight response. And sometimes it's our thinking that causes that. So, is recovery too good to be true? I'm proof that it's not. 13 years of pain. Been pretty much pain-free for 11 years. Nothing chronic. Had a couple of tweaks a couple of times in the past, 18 months or so. But nothing that stuck around longer than a week. And nothing really devastating. So no, recovery is not too good to be true. Recovery is very attainable. If you doubt it, go into the Pain for You group on Facebook. And there's a little magnifying glass where you can search within the group and search for a success story. You will see over and over and over and over again people who are getting better. Pay attention to the comments. There are people getting better. Yes, there are some questions and some people who are trying to find their way. But what's fascinating is, years ago when I first started trying to help people with this, I found that there was so much resistance to the concept of TMS. Meaning, people would be like, what do you mean stress and tension is causing my pain? I got a bad back, right? For example. Or my doctor told me I have this wrong with me. And so they can't get there. They can't believe it. And look, that is still extremely prevalent. Actually, that's the majority of people who first hear about this mind-body stuff, the nervous system disorder that creates pain and a whole host of other symptoms. People just can't grasp it. No, I'm broken. My doctor told me so. And so it does take a paradigm shift to go from this belief that my body's always the problem. There's something that hurts, you go see the doctor, and the doctor knows everything. And so it is a paradigm shift. But once you've made that shift, then it literally just becomes a matter of convincing your brain that everything it had been led to believe about your body being the problem was inaccurate. Well intended by the doctors, well intended by us and our research, well intended by the family members who said, hey, be careful, don't hurt yourself. Everything was well meaning, but just misinformed. And so, when I say the topic is it too good to be true? Actually, no. It's wonderfully good. And it is true. We can get better. It's not just me saying this. I mean, this is backed by decades and decades of evidence in the Dr. Sarno TMS world, in the new mind-body world, pain science. There's all sorts of evidence that with the right instructions to the brain, I think the body will take care of itself, which is why it's all just a matter of if you want your nervous system to calm down, a great thing you can do is calm the heck down yourself. Relax, you're not broken. Seriously. It's not too good to be true, and I don't care what symptoms you've got, what kind of past traumas you've got. You're okay in the moment. And so, what do you guys think about this? Do you think it's too good to be true? Have you said those words out loud to yourself or to others? I know I felt it for a lot of years. Like, this stuff sounds right. It sure sounds like me, but darn it, I can't make it work. I can't figure it out. This is too good to be true. This can't be real, right? And that too good to be true concept may actually be what keeps some people from actually starting or trying. They've tried everything else. They've done, dozens and dozens of treatments and, dozens of doctors, and nothing's worked. I've actually had some people say to me, Dan, if this doesn't work, then I'm really screwed. So I'm afraid to start, because if it doesn't work, then I have no more options. And I get that. I understand that. My counter to that was, well, if you never start, this isn't going to work either. So please dive in. Dive in, because it's not too good to be true. It's too good not to give it your all. It's too good not to believe that it's possible. It's too good to sit on your butt and stay in the victim mode. It's too good because there is life after chronic pain and chronic illness. Our bodies are miraculously boy, that word is just hard to say all of a sudden. Our bodies are a miracle. I just simplified it for myself. And our bodies absolutely know what to do. There's wisdom in the way our brain and nervous system and autonomic nervous system and our body knows how to keep us alive. It's just fed some wrong information. The nervous system gets disordered from too much stress, tension, overwhelm, from a variety of sources. We have some symptoms start up, and then we get medicalized. We start going to doctors and getting treatments that don't work, and we research and family warnings and the media, this, and you're frail and easily broken, and don't do this, don't do that, don't bend that way. And before we know it, we've just fed so much crap information into the brain that the brain is just running around screaming, going, ah, and it doesn't know what to do. And pain is the default. And other symptoms too, don't get me wrong. There are many other symptoms that TMS causes, not just pain. This mind-body stuff, there's no end. Thousands of potential sensations in our body, or symptoms, or dysfunctions, immunity, digestive, skin issues, pain syndromes in virtually every part of the body. I don't think I've heard of anybody who has not mentioned a part of the body that's not been affected by this stuff. But the good news is, when you teach your brain that you're actually okay, and you calm your body through intentional, maybe some breathing, nature, soothing activities, getting outside, sunshine, smiling, laughing. Use the body in a way that's calming to the brain. Calm the thinking so that the brain gets a message. And guess what happens? the nervous system calms down on its own. Because if you act and behave in such a way that says, I'm not in danger. Okay, so I hurt today, but so what? If you act and behave and think in a way that says, I'm fine, I'm not in danger, your brain will eventually get the message and start to settle down the nervous system. The adrenaline, the cortisol, all of that stuff that amps things up is going to start to settle down. So your primary job is to calm down. And when you can do that, this thing that a lot of people think, this recovery, it's too good to be true, it can't happen for me. I've always had bad luck. When you start to learn that you're already okay, and you maintain a consistent message to yourself, to your brain, your nervous system will catch up. Your brain will get the message, start to turn off these symptoms. And guess what? Life after chronic pain or chronic illness is amazing. You know why? Because once you get through this, once you take this journey, there's no turning back. Yeah, you might get a flare-up at some point, but you can't forget what you know already. You can't forget the wisdom of your brain and nervous system and body to let you live without these symptoms. So even if a flare-up happens, your number one job is to go, oh, interesting. Wonder what caused it. If you can connect the dots to an emotional situation, yesterday, today, coming up, great. If you can't, doesn't matter. Your number one job is to reassure yourself, you know what, this is just TMS coming back a little bit. Let me respond calmly, right? Calming yourself down. And it will pass again, right? If you've been feeling good for any period of time and you get a recurrence of symptoms and you freak the heck out, you're delaying recovery. And for anybody who says, oh, whatever I had must have gone into remission and now it's back with a vengeance, is that very calming? Is that teaching your brain that you're actually okay? Or does that just throw you right back into the danger zone? So this is not too good to be true. Absolutely not. It is amazing. It is really, really good, but it's not too good to be true. So I would really encourage you to take a bit of my confidence, look at the success stories out there, not just in my group, but in some of the other groups as well. And, you know, all over the web, there's all these people who are having success themselves that are now getting out there and becoming practitioners themselves. They're changing their lives and saying, I want to share this message with the world. I want to help other people experience the transformation I did. That's kind of my journey, you know. I didn't grow up deciding to be, a teacher of this information, but through my experiences, it was just so profound for me. I can't help myself. You know, a couple of years ago, I said, I'm done with this. I'm not going to coach. I'm just going to focus on a core business, which me and my son still run. But I couldn't help myself. I kept on getting dragged back into the Facebook world, the social media world. And when was it? March 26th of 2019, a buddy of mine says, Dan, just start shooting some videos. Do one a day for a week, see what happens. Well, that was 650 something videos ago, and I'm still doing it every day. And you guys and gals keep me going. You inspire me with your success, with your words of appreciation, with your just how many of you are actually getting it. It's sinking in, and you're doing better. Initially, emotionally, just grabbing onto that little bit of hope, but then starting to implement, starting to adopt some of these principles into your life and the way you kind of navigate the world and navigate these symptoms. And so many of you guys and gals are getting better. I just love it. Makes me happy. So, is it too good to be true? Hell no. This is real. It's fantastic. And it's available to you too. Not just me. Not just a few lucky few. It's available to you too. So, take my confidence. Borrow it if you need to. Your primary goal. Calm down. Teach your brain that you're okay. Act and behave and think in a way that says I'm okay. Your brain and nervous system will do the rest. Trust it. I did. Took me a while. But I didn't have this cheat sheet. I didn't have these, all of the resources that are available today. And it's not just me. There's, many people sharing this information. Podcasts, YouTube videos, Facebook groups, programs, courses, you name it. Find your way. Find something that resonates with you. But it's not too good to be true. It's available to you. So go for it, please. And share your success with me so I can share it in my community. Love you guys and gals. I'll see you tomorrow.